Batman versus Superman 164. We're going to look at these two great issues today and figure out which one is better. We're going to look at the story, the art, and the characters, and I'm going to tell you which one I think wins in those categories. The Superman is a great comic because you've got Lex Luthor going to that other planet. Remember, he's a hero on that other planet. They see him as a hero, and I think this might be the first appearance of that. We have covered this issue on my channel before, so it's great. It was great to reread it. The Batman one is special because this is the first appearance of the yellow oval that goes behind the bat symbol, and DC was looking to copyright Batman's logo, and I guess the copyright office was like, well, it's not really copyrightable because it's just like a bat thing, right? So as you guys know, it develops into that classic symbol with the curved wings and the 89, the Batman 89 logo, which is where everyone knows it from. Obviously, it was around way before that, but this is the first appearance of that. Now, these first appearance things are not going to affect my score. We're going to take a look at each issue very quickly. A couple of stories per comic back in this time. So Robin and Batman here, they fight this guy, the Gem Caper. There's like some folk singers coming to Gotham City. It's just so weird. But new Batmobile, new elevator going down to the Bat Cave so we can see where this is going. Got the elevator going down. You got your new Batmobile, a little bit more snazzy, more sports car-ish. Really cool, coming out of the cave now, right? Here's the folk singers. This guy's trying to like steal diamonds or something. It's just kind of whatever. And the folk singers are somehow gonna like mess it up. So it's a bit goofy. It's fun. It's a little silly, which is completely understandable. This gold pyramid here and this diamond. He hooked up some sort of like thing to make it fly away. Batman and Robin have to stop him, of course. They follow the tracks. I'm not going to do this like in full detail. It's a fun, kooky story. They beat him up, and that's it. And they listen to their folk song. The second one, this is an interesting thing. Crime detection methods in the ancient. Very interesting about talking about rice or something. If your saliva, if you're guilty, you can't swallow it because your saliva goes away. It's all this weird, very weird, but kind of interesting to have that. I got another weird one here where there's this mystery sort of club, mystery analysts of Gotham, and this guy wants to join, and the way he joins is by revealing Batman's identity as this bald guy, and Batman takes off his mask and he's the same thing. And this was so kooky. So there's this trapeze gang who were doing some robbing and stuff like that, and this guy saved Batman even though Batman didn't need to be saved. He's like, yeah, I saw those guys that they were going to shoot me, I was going to duck, but thanks for helping me anyway. Robin is injured, and this guy becomes sort of his like weird partner for a little bit, and they just kind of look at the trapeze guys. They're cool. They just solve a couple of crimes here and there. And for some reason, this guy's trying to feel, like every time he's grabbing Batman, he feels his face, he feels his nose, he feels like around his cowl. So Batman knew that this guy was trying to figure out his identity. So Batman wore a disguise underneath. So it's not Bruce Wayne's face. He's wearing a disguise underneath so that when this guy says, oh, this is what Batman really looks like. Great underwater part here, by the way. I love the art here with the water. Again, more fighting, and they stop these guys. The point isn't to stop the trapeze guys. The point is, how did you know what that guy was doing? And it's like, oh yeah, he was trying to feel under me and feel my mask and feel out my identity. So I just pretended I wore a mask. I wore a like false face under the cowl. So this guy felt the wrong thing. And then there you go. So again, very, goofy style, Silver Age-ish kind of comic. I do love it. It's fun. Let's move on to Superman. This is a really cool story where Lex Luthor escapes. He escapes by rigging this printing press into like a tank. So Lex Luthor escapes and challenges Superman on the television. Superman, I defy you. No, not that way. He says, why don't you fight me man to man? So Superman finds a planet. He constructs a rocket. He finds a planet that has a red sun or whatever, and he won't have any powers there. So he goes and he gives Lex Luthor these boots, which make the gravity better for him, so that now they can fight fair to fair. And Luthor's pretty to badass here, and Superman is scared. The thing is, Superman is scared to punch back because Superman is always held back. You have to think no matter what Superman does, he could kill you. So he's been holding back. So when he doesn't hold back, he just knocks Luthor out right away. And he doesn't have a super strength. He's just normal, but he's been fighting his whole life. There's these really cool cactus creatures. It reminds him of something on Krypton. So there's a lot of interesting creatures on this planet. Lex Luthor throws a boulder on them. Again, just them going back and forth. There's a sandstorm. Superman's presumed to be lost in the sandstorm. In the meantime, Luthor becomes friends. Oh, Superman dreams a little bit of Krypton here. There's these weird creatures with these like bowls on their heads. He can drink the water from them. So Superman's, is hurt. He needs food and water and shelter. Lex Luthor finds these primitive people who have scientific technology, but they forgot how to use it. So he repairs their water device here. The entire planet is very low on water, so they're dying sort of slowly of thirst. They all believe Luthor's a hero. He creates these machines to help them dig out ravines and stuff. They find Superman, and Lex Luthor says, "This guy's my enemy." So he stages a fight. Luthor has stuff, electronics that he can fight Superman with. And they fight. He makes this dog. They fight it out. And Superman, Lex Luthor allows Superman to win in order to get his trust to help him to actually save the people. So Luthor does a nice thing by getting Superman with his powers to throw some glaciers over top into the planet, and now they'll have water again. And they all believe that Lex Luthor's this big hero, and he feels happy about it. That's the first story. The second story is this guy escapes from the Phantom Zone. But the guy who escapes from the Phantom Zone is very, very, very superstitious. This is Ross Crom, who escapes from the Phantom Zone because of an explosion. Think of like Superman 2, where there was like that big explosion and then it released them. So this guy gets released and he's like, "Oh, I'll have all these powers and I'll beat up Superman." And he comes up with this disguise and he's like, "I will go and face off with Superman, man to man." And but he's very superstitious, this guy. So like Superman and Jimmy talk about different superstitions on their world. So he says, "Oh, on Krypton, people are scared. They're scared of comets. They think they're bad luck. They're scared of certain jewels on their wedding days," and all of these different kind of random superstitions of Krypton. Pretty interesting. This guy gets scared. So Superman pretends he pretends that there's a comet. He makes himself into a comet. This guy gets scared, runs into a cave and gets nailed by the Phantom Zone projector. They tried this earlier, but the Phantom Zone projector failed because this guy's wearing some sort of like gadget. I think it's on his belt or something, where it prevents it from working. But this is a plastic version of the projector, and that works. And that's how they send him back to the Phantom Zone. And there you go. That is the end of both of those. So going by the story, I'm going to have to give it to Superman on this one. Superman and Batman are my two favorite characters, so there's no favoritism, really. I do love Superman a bit more, but it's not like I'm trying to put the positives onto Superman. But these two stories were a lot cooler. Learning about Krypton was very interesting. Just seeing the way that Luthor kind of grew a little bit as a character, something different for him to do, kind of, becoming a little bit of a mini hero there for a while. I thought that was a very, very cool story. So both of these stories in Superman, I think, were really, really good. So Edge to Superman. The Batman ones, slightly goofier. This, I'm making myself look different under the mask. Like, that's just kind of weird to me. The Gem one was okay, but it's very standard Batman. These two are a little bit more special with Superman. For the art, I'm going to go with Superman. I love the Superman art here. We've got Kurt Swan and all of that stuff. So it's just a little bit better for me as well. Characters, I do love Batman and Robin, and I do love both characters. I think I'm going to give the edge to Superman. So clear winner today on Superman, because I do think that the stuff with Luthor was really cool. The Kryptonian villain guy I didn't care much for. I thought he was kind of lame. But the stuff with Luthor, so out of the two stories, the better characters, because Superman and Batman are just equal. I'm not going to take them into account. I love Robin, so Batman has a bit of an edge because he's got two characters I love. But I do think that with the Luthor stuff in this Superman one, it was a little bit better. So that's it, guys. Superman for the clear win on this one. Let me know in the comments which issue you think is better. If you want to grade them, that's cool as well. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I want to do more of these verses. I think they're a lot more fun than just talking about one comic. Let me know if you like this versus style as well, because I'm toying with doing more of these. I might just continue them on like until the end. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.